All right, welcome guys. And today I'm going to show you in this brief video how to profit from foreclosures. Hi, my name is Wen de Guzman from Nassau Investment Academy. And today I'm going to show you, as I said, how to profit from foreclosures. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to show you the different stages of foreclosure. I will explain how you can profit from each stage. And then lastly, how do you find these foreclosure properties? Okay, so there are three stages basically. So one is before the foreclosure, the second one is during the foreclosure, and the third one is after the foreclosure. Okay, so the stage one is the default stage, and then that means the owner is behind on the mortgage. And then the actual foreclosure auction, or also known as sheriff sale. And then lastly, once the bank actually buys the property, right, then it becomes bank owned, all right? So, or the bank actually goes through the foreclosure, then it becomes a bank owned property, or REO, or real estate owned. So, default and how to make money. So, when the borrower failed to pay the mortgage, 3 months behind or more, the lender can file a lis pendens with the county where the property is at, and that is known as the notice of foreclosure. Okay, so now the legal process has started. Now the investor can make money during the default stage three ways. One is to buy the property via a short sale, and short sale is you're basically buying the property directly from the owner, but at the price that is lower than the mortgage balance. That's why it's short of the mortgage, and there's a sale between the buyer and the seller. Okay, notice that with a short sale, you're not buying the property from the bank. You're actually buying the property from the seller himself or herself, except that you need the approval of the lender. The second stage, or the second way for you to buy a property, a pre-foreclosure property or a property in default, is you make up the back payments of the seller, okay? And then you buy the property subject to the existing mortgage, all right? So by doing it that way, there's no foreclosure or short sale on the record of the seller, other than, he was behind 3 months on the mortgage, okay? Um, and then now you own the property directly from the owner because you get the deed, but you have to pay the mortgage, the mortgage payment. You don't have to pay the mortgage balance, but just the mortgage payment when you do a subject to. All right. And the third way is you actually buy the note directly from the bank. Now, this strategy is, not for the smaller investor typically, because, these banks, with tens of thousands of foreclosures, for example, they don't sell the note one off to an individual investor, but they can, sell like 1,000 notes at a time, non-performing notes at a time to like one investor. Okay. So, we'll not even discuss this. All right. So the second stage, okay. So if the seller, or if the borrower, failed to pay the bank, right? And failed to appear in court or whatever, or even if he or she appears in court, but the court ruled in the favor of the bank, right? Then the property now goes to auction, okay, foreclosure auction, all right, also known as sheriff sale. Now, in order to make money with this, you have to bid versus other buyers, okay, to buy the property being foreclosed. Also, you need to be a cash buyer, because typically in, when you are the winning bidder, you have to like come up with the cash sometimes as fast as 24 hours later, okay, or 2 business days later, you have to come up with the cash, right? Or in some counties, you have to have at least 10% down payment, right there, be able to write the check right there on the date of the auction, okay? That is when you won the bid, all right? So foreclosure auctions is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the newbie investor, to be honest with you, because you need to compete or bid versus other buyers out there, all right? Now, bank-owned properties, on the other hand, is when the property now, because what typically happens in a foreclosure auction is that the bank or one of the bank's representative is there to bid, right? So let's say the loan amount is $100,000, right? but all the other bidders, they're only bidding like $75,000. Okay, if the bank is not satisfied with that, the bank can bid $100,000 because that's the loan amount, right? So if no one, beats the bank's bid, okay, then the property now, okay, the ownership transfers to the bank. All right, now it becomes bank owned, also known as REO or real estate owned. All right, now the way to make money with this is you actually buy the properties directly from the bank. But what typically happens is the bank hires a real estate agent and lists the property with a real estate agent. Okay, now the good thing with bank owned properties or REOs is you can get bank financing. Okay, if the property is livable, you can definitely get, bank financing, FHA, right? But if the property is not livable, there maybe because it needs a lot of renovation or whatever, then you can still get financing through rehab lenders, also known as hard money lenders. Okay, so now the old and time consuming ways, that in the past, and I've used all of these things, okay, to find pre-foreclosure properties. In order to do that, you have to send like thousands of direct mail, right? So you have to get a list from a list broker of people who are behind on their mortgages, right? And then you send them direct mail, and then keep in mind that you're competing with other investors trying to do the same thing, right? The other way to do it is you cold call, for sale by owners, and hoping and praying that, for every 100 FISBOs that you speak with, there is one owner behind on their mortgage. All right. So to find foreclosure auctions, you have to subscribe to your local or county legal paper. Okay. And then, legal newspaper for those of you who are millennials or too young to know what a newspaper is. Well, they still exist, right? So you have to subscribe to that. It's usually like, I don't know, like $100 a year or $200 or $300 a year or whatever. And then you look at each and every foreclosure auction in order to find this, what properties are being auctioned off. And then you go to the county, during the sheriff sale auction, and hope that you get a good deal. So it's very time consuming to browse through all of that, especially manually, right? On a legal newspaper. Now, there are some legal newspaper that sends out the list, right, in a in electronic format, so that's great, right? You can take a look at that, right? And then to find REOs, you have to call either the local bank selling them, right? Now, emphasize on the word local because these national banks, as I said, they have tens of thousands of foreclosures. They don't really listen to individual, like, smaller investors. But with your local bank that maybe have like 9 or 10 REOs, they might listen to you. Okay, so you can do that, so that you can buy the properties directly from the banks. Now, the best way, actually the easier way to do it, although it's still kind of hard, is to actually call real estate agents. Now, not all real estate agents specialize in REOs. Okay, so you have to, like, almost like trial and error, call different agents and get referred to people or agents who specialize in REOs. Okay, so it's very time consuming. These old ways are very time consuming. I've done all of them, believe me. But the good thing is there's an easy way now. Okay, so the easy way is to, so if you're watching this on YouTube, go to nasoinvest.com/foreclosures, so that you go to the easy way, right? But this video, I mean, below this video, you can actually search, tens of thousands of foreclosures all across the United States, and you can search for pre-foreclosures, that can be potential short sales. You can search for sale by owners. You can search for, sheriff sales, auction properties. You can search for bank-owned properties. It's all in one. It's all in one place, So this is, in partnership with foreclosure.com. When you get a 7-day free trial. So browse through the, tens of thousands of foreclosure properties in your area right now. It's very easy, right? And then if you like it, if you like to find more foreclosure properties, you can subscribe. If you subscribe through the link below, you will get a 25% discount, right? So if you go directly to foreclosure.com, you won't get that discount. But if you subscribe through our, because of this video, through the link, I will also put the link in the description. Then you get a 25% discount. But guys, it's free for 7 days. Yes, we are an affiliate of theirs. We make a little bit of money, but really, the discount that you're getting is way more than the money that we're making. This is really a service to you guys so that you can find foreclosure properties, because a lot of people ask Mike Ely, my boss and partner, like, well, you taught us how to, you know, how to make money, how you have made money, and that the three examples that you gave in your book, $1 million deals are actually, pre-foreclosures, right? And one of them is an REO. So it's like, how do we make how do we find foreclosures then? Well, this is in response to that. Or how do we find properties then? Well, foreclosures, is one avenue, in order to find properties. And again, through the partnership with foreclosure.com, you get access to tens of thousands of properties all across the United States. So I hope this you find value to this video. If so, like this video and put your comments or whatever, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So with that, I will see you guys in the next training video.